Hi, my name is Jadon Cole, and I just got interviewed by Keith Andrew. And I think he's doing an amazing job, and I fully support him on what he's doing. And I think it's amazing that he's doing all this stuff with the disability.
Today on the KeithAndrewNetWork, it is episode 704. I'm here with professional upcoming actor Jadon Cole, and let's jump right into it.
All
For
right.
people who want to know who Jadon Cole is, you are an upcoming professional actor, singer, and musician.
Mm-hmm.
So the first question I want to ask you is, how is life growing up, and what are some of your favorite things you like doing?
Um, Growing up, I did acting in the beginning for a little bit, and my mom always said I was really good. And I remember I booked. This is going to be a funny story. I booked a national commercial for Party City, and they wanted me to be at the table sitting with my mom, and all my friends were coming in for the party, and I was supposed to high five them and everything. And I wouldn't do it. It was so young. Everything else I would do, but I just wouldn't do it. That I was so shy back then. And then came up to my mom. My mom was like, "What are you doing? What are you gotta do all this stuff. You gotta act like they're your friends." And I'm like, "Yeah, but guess what? Those presents, they aren't even real. They're just boxes, empty boxes." And so they had to cancel the commercial, which partially my fault. But I took a took a break from acting, and I got back into it maybe 4 years ago. And so I've just been doing that a lot ever since. One of my favorite things to do right now is definitely skateboarding. I've been getting decent at it, and it's just fun and trying to push myself to learn new things.
No, absolutely. Now, the next question I want to ask you is, with all this free time in quarantine, what have you been doing with yourself, in quarantine? How's homeschooling? Do you miss going to school? Or what can you
Yeah.
tell us about it?
Right now we're on summer, but we are starting school on the 8th, I think. And so I'm not a fan of the online school. I miss being at school. It's like school is the place where you make most of your friends, and so I miss it. And then we're doing the next school year is also going to be online, so that's going to suck. But hopefully, because they haven't chose what they're going to do for the second half of the year, hopefully it's going to be like a mixed. So like we'll be at school 2 out of 5 days of the week.
Well, while we're on the subject, personally, I'm not doing anything until there's a vaccine, and that's a smart thing to do. You know, for schools, I would actually say at this point, they put younger people have a risk of getting it more and then spreading it. So personally, I would say that's wait until there's a vaccine. So yes, you want to homeschool your kid, that's fine. I know, like for you, like you said, it sucks, but at the same time, you want to be smart about it.
Of course.
Having a room full of 20 to 30 people
Uh-huh.
and then having them get sick, and we're heading towards that dropping point where it's going to be a second wave.
Yeah.
So we're just waiting for it's PG 13, so you're waiting for the shit to hit the fan because that second wave is coming.
Yeah.
And here's a perfect example: Florida, Texas.
Oh yeah.
Florida, Texas, California, now New Jersey, their numbers are spiking, and that's because people are not social distancing.
Mhm.
They're not wearing masks and gloves, and some people actually think, oh, you got sick, you gotta get better. But the truth of the matter is, ignorant people make the numbers go up more. So,
Yeah.
not to talk about political things, but this is my highlight on it, then I'm going to go to the next subject. When this first happened in January, all they had to do was say a mandatory lockdown for everyone. Everyone stays locked down for 6 weeks,
Yep.
and they go, none of this would be happening. But hey, second waves come in, and especially the flu season,
Yeah.
you won't even know if you have the flu or, I don't know. You can't fix stupid, right?
Mhm.
Now, the next question I was going to ask you is who influenced you to become an actor, and how many years have you been acting?
Uh, I'm pretty sure it was my mom who influenced me to become an actor because she was in the like performing business for a while of her life, for most of her life actually. So I think that's what influenced me to become an actor. I think I've been doing acting for 7 years, maybe in total. Yeah, 7 years.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And you mentioned when about the Party City skit, how you were shy. I can definitely relate to that. 14 years ago, I was in high school. Now I feel old. 14 years ago, I was a senior in high school, and I'm not the same person who I am now. I wish I was, because I would have gave myself a kick in the ass and say, you need to stand up for yourself. You have to be your own voice.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're very passionate about doing something, you need to go and do it. Because I had the mentality of saying, well, I have a disability. I don't have to do this. Things will be handed to you, things will magically fall from the sky.
Yeah.
But one thing this talk show has taught me is when you see an opportunity, sometimes you have to make an opportunity for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But the next question I want to ask you is, what were some of your favorite acting roles, and what acting roles do you want to get?
Um, Let me think for a second. Okay, my favorite acting role was in a YouTube Red series called Overthinking with Kat and June. Yeah. Yeah, Overthinking with Kat and June. It was a YouTube Red show. And I played a river dancing boy, and I just did river dancing at a party, and it was super fun role. Everyone there was very fun and outgoing, and they were like all supported and stuff. So
No, absolutely. Now, the next question I want, let's have some fun with this. Next question I want to ask you is, what is your ideal work environment? Like, do you like, for an example, have a soundproof room where you just go in and you're by yourself, and or do you get into a mindset where you just cut loose? Where do you do your best work?
I probably do my best work in my room. It's not soundproof, but I usually like to listen to music. Or just watch a YouTube video or something on Disney Plus, Netflix, Hulu while I do my work. Cause I think it's just too boring just writing on a paper or typing in an assignment in silence. So, like having something on in the background always helps.
No, I agree. It's always good to, for an example, I'm in my room right now,
Yeah,
but it's always good, I guess you would say I'm a little self conscious of myself, because right now my family's downstairs watching the film. So I don't feel like I'm being watched, I'm being listened to, so I can express myself and be myself. But
yeah.
once you know when other people are listening,
Oh
that
yeah.
kind of puts a little pressure on you too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I definitely feel the same.
Now, the next question I want to ask you is, you mentioned Disney. Do you want to be on Nickelodeon, or do you want to be on the Disney Channel?
Ooh, that's um um I'd have to say Nickelodeon because Disney, I just feel like I don't know, I just prefer Nickelodeon over Disney. especially like the Disney Channel or Disney XD. Disney XD is okay, but I definitely would prefer Nickelodeon. I feel like they've just had better shows overall, like SpongeBob, and if it's voice acting or uh, normal, like just live action, they have pretty good shows.
I can relate. For an example, they had, iCarly, they
Uh,
had Cat and Sam, they
mm,
had Figure It Out, one
my
show from
brother,
the 90s.
my
Oh, go
brother
ahead,
was
I'm sorry.
Carly.
No, that was a great show, by the way.
Yeah, I like that show too. They also had Avatar: The Last Airbender. That was
Right.
really.
Personally, I'm more of a Dragon Ball Z person, but Avatar is pretty interesting. But the point I'm trying to make is, you look at, iCarly and all these other
Yeah.
shows, and then Disney has Simple Life, That's So Raven. So it's kind of like, yes, Disney is trying to copy Nickelodeon, but Nickelodeon has the Teen Nick, so it kind of caters. So you're used to Nickelodeon doing all these teen things. When you look at Disney, Disney really doesn't have that. They could, but they really don't have it right now.
Yeah.
But the next question I want to ask you, with everything that you accomplish in your life, say you're in a classroom, do you think you can motivate people to follow in your footsteps?
Uh, maybe. Not sure.
Okay, the next question to that one is, do you consider yourself a celebrity?
No, not at all. No, I'm nowhere near celebrities. If
So,
there was a scale and celebrity was at the top, this is center and this is bottom, I'd probably be somewhere around here.
it's funny you should
Below
mention.
middle.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I just said below middle.
It's funny. We actually think the same. A lot of people. I'm a big wrestling fan. A lot of people say, "Oh, you're not an A-lister. You're not a B-lister." A-listers. You don't even have to do anything because people go. They flock to you once they see you. That's an A-lister. B-lister, kind of the same, but you don't have as much. I guess A and B are kind of similar if you think about
Yeah, just one is more notice. A is more noticeable than B.
it. So for us, for me, I would say I'm a D-lister because first off, no one knows who I am. So you have to work your way up from the bottom. You have
Hmm.
done some great things, so I would say you're ahead of me. So you're a C-lister. But
Maybe.
a wise man once said, "Life is the best, but I want to be here." So well, it doesn't matter, D-lister, C-lister, all those labels do not matter. And that goes into my next question. Being a child actor, you have to be humbled, you have to be respectful,
Of course.
never change who you are. I give me an example. Miley Cyrus, I keep every time I do the whole list, I keep forgetting her name. But it's Miley Cyrus, Hilary Duff, the kid from Home Alone, Zach and Cody. But you look at all these people, and they had this massive ego. I think, oh, well, I was on Nickelodeon or I was on Disney, and I'm now this big celebrity or big persona. They actually self-destruct. So one thing I want to tell you about what I do for me is cut yourself in half. Not readily cut yourself in half, but what I mean by cut yourself in half is do things 50-50.
Yeah.
On one hand, yes, enjoy. My friend said to me, it's not the journey that matters. It's not the destination that matters. It's the journey that we're on.
Yep.
Enjoy every moment that comes your way. And at the same time, when you're on the other hand, be yourself, go to work, go to school, be a normal person. So you're going to keep yourself balanced, saying what happens in the entertainment world isn't that really important because you have your family and your friends, and what
Yeah.
happens in the normal world carries over. And besides, you have funny stories to tell. What happens in the normal world can carry over to the entertainment world, and what something funny happens in the entertainment world, you can carry that over to your normal day life. But the point is, stay who you are. Don't change for everyone.
Of
Just
course.
stay humbled and respectful. But the next question I want to ask you, then we're going to take a quick commercial break, is social media. With everything that you accomplished and everything that was handed to you, I wouldn't say handed to you, but with everything that, how would you say, fall with you acquired over the years, would you say Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, do these formats dictate you getting these acting roles?
Are you saying do like social media help with acting?
Yeah, so I
So,
feel like for an example, you have a big following. Do your following and your numbers dictate if someone say, what like for the Party City?
mhm.
Did your Twitter following say, hey, this kid had a big following in Twitter and Instagram, we should hire him? So social media as in, go ahead.
I think it, sadly for me, unfortunately, it does. Because I once had a Steven Spielberg act audition, and they one thing they asked me was, "How many followers do you have on Instagram?" And so that point we realized we need to get a following up because what the casting people think is if they have a fan base and you book something, that fan base is going to want to watch you in that. So they're going to get more viewers.
It's funny. I can actually relate to that. And there's something I do want to tell you about. And you did say you don't consider yourself a celebrity, but people do use it. I'm actually on there, but people don't know who the hell I am. It's actually called Cameo and Celeb VM.
Yeah, I've
And
seen. I
go
know.
ahead. Do you know what Celeb VM is?
Uh, isn't that the thing where you can pay people to say stuff?
Yes.
Yeah, I know what that is.
Yeah, and there's not really a big catch for that. So I think because based on your numbers, people would actually ask you anything. We make sure to keep it professional, of course. Cameo, on the other hand, they do have this one thing where they ask you about your following. So if you don't have a couple thousand people, they're like, "Why are you using the social media?" So I guess in a way, Celebrity, I don't really use them anymore. Long story about that. They don't care about your following. They say, "Oh, hey, you're famous. We want you on the site," and it's open to everyone. But yet, then you go to other sites, are like, "Well, what is your following?" Blah blah blah. But it's all about numbers. But it doesn't really make a difference about your numbers. For me, I wanted to have John Cena on my show when I first started, and they said to me, "Can you get a couple thousand people to like your show?" And they're like, "I guess I can try." Well, we were not, because I contacted a couple people, right? Well, we're not going to have John Cena on your show if you're going to have 10 views, 15 views. If you have a couple thousand views, okay, then it's worth their time. People are watching. But say, for an example, you had me on your show. If you want to create your own show, and then you
Hmm.
want someone else, they're going to ask you, how many views do you have? What is your following? But at the same time, it's kind of like you can't really focus on the numbers because people can buy numbers. You pay, I don't know, $20 and you get 10,000 people, but those are robots. So those numbers really don't mean anything. Like for me,
Hmm.
I have earned all those numbers from everyone who I ever interacted with and talked to, but those numbers can easily be manipulated.
Yeah.
But the true thing about being an actor, being a talk show host, is having the heart and passion to do what you do. And if that can carry over, then people can tell you're real, you're legit, you know, it's not a front.
Yeah.
Anyone with a ton of numbers usually can't act or they're hiding. And people who don't have numbers are fantastic people but never get the chance because all they care about is like, well, this person's great because, it has fantastic stories, but at the same time, this person has more of a following. And for a perfect example, we're going to take a quick commercial break. And with the last 5 minutes left of the show, we're going to have a special performance. You're going to do a special song for us. And with that being said, when we come back from the break, we're going to jump right back into that.
Hi guys, my name is Kat Johnston.
This is Donna Drake.
This is Kayleen.
Hi, my name is Kara Svucek.
I'm Julia Brothers.
Jenna Curtis.
Hey, I'm Jenny Fawn.
Hi, it's Mimi Chin.
Hi, my name is Ella Dorsch.
My name is Shauna Toft.
Hey guys, I'm Anastasia Edwards.
Hi, this is Jackie Nunez.
Actress Becky Hayes.
Hi, I'm Amelia Rose.
Hey there, I'm Saki Mieta.
Hey guys, I'm Alexandria Denise, and you're watching Keith Andrews' show. He's doing a terrific job. Make sure you like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more awesomeness.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Keith Andrews Network. I'm here with our good friend, Jadon Cole. And now, with the last 5 minutes left of the show, I'm going to pass it over to you. Today, we have a very special performance. It's a new thing we're going to do on the Keith Andrews Network. If you have a talent, we would love to see you perform it and have your airtime. Now, with that being said, I'm going to pass the show over to you. Jadon, take it away.
Okay, this is gonna be kind of short, but so I thought it'd be okay. It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday. Regular crowd shuffles in. There's an old man sitting next to me. Oops. Making da 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 da. I'm not gonna say that part. That's it.
No, you have a lot of talent. Was there another short song you want to do real fast?
Another one, you said? Yeah. I'm not sure if I remember that one.
Okay, what about this? What are some of your favorite songs that you could play if while even thinking about it?
Oh, sorry. Hold on. No, I can't remember that one either. Too long ago.
We should just jump tap dancing your tensions. That'd be really
Okay. There are a lot of songs from video games like Minecraft and Undertale. Those are always fun to play, just when I'm bored.
Well, if you want to give us an example, we would love to see it.
Okay.
Well, you have a great potential, and a lot of people, when they do this act on the spot, it's kind of like, oh, wait, you put me on the spot. If I give you an example, someone say to me, do something, like spontaneous. It's really some people, like Robin Williams, George Carlin, Dennis Leary, Eddie Murphy, these actors can act spontaneously.
Yeah.
But, at the same time, it's about, having a mindset and using positive energy. But with the two songs that you just played, you have a great future ahead of you, and you have so much great talent, and there's nothing of an open road that you can accomplish. If you put your mind to it, you can accomplish anything.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have a couple questions for you off the air. The first one is, how can people follow you on social media? Are you on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram?
So I do have a Instagram account. It's Jadon Cole Actor.
And any ever social medias or not really?
No, not yet.
All right. And my last question for you, wrapping up, is when I first approached you about being a guest on my talk show, what was your honest first reaction? And after being a guest, how do you feel now, and what do you recommend it to other people?
When you first contacted me, I thought it was really cool to hear that you're running the show and you also have a disability, because my older sister has cerebral palsy. And so I thought it was a really, really good example to show that people, no matter what, no matter who you are, you can always achieve anything.
No, absolutely. Now, I do have a couple questions for you off the air, but wrapping up our interview segment, it was a real honor and privilege having you as a guest, and I'm looking forward to part 2 down the road.